Hello there, Sacred Hearts. Monica Bermudez, intuitive quantum energy healer. I am back for another love wisdom message on my YouTube channel to share about faith, trust, and surrendering, which are big themes for 2022. We are at the beginning stages of 2022. But just so you know, this always goes beyond the year itself, this message in itself. And so what I do when I get these messages, they are channeled completely through my sacred heart and the collective sacred heart, including your own sacred heart and the message that wants to come through to share with you at this time, and the importance that is being placed for this year, especially because we are going through some really major big changes, and I've been intuitively getting glimpses of it through my psych view, remote viewing in a way of the future, and tapping into the energy and feeling into it and seeing, some of these major changes, and they all may come in very different forms. Some of it being earth changes, some of it being, some form of awakening for the awakening of the humanity, of the many, who are ready to be awakened, because we need you most of all. So it's a very important message for you to really learn and understand this about trust, about faith, trust, and surrendering. And I'm going to talk about each one, first, and then share with you some 3 sacred keys to help you with amplifying these energies to really step more fully into your own heart strength. And I say heart strength, I'm talking about the energy of the heart itself and the heart chakra, because it has gone through so much pain and suffering in every way. And it's not just from this lifetime. I mean, this is like eons of many lifetimes as a human, incarnated different forms and different roles and different forms of relationships that you can ever imagine. But all of that has been forgotten in every incarnation that we go through because of the veil. And now that veil is getting thinner, and so a lot of stuff is coming up to the surface, and it is, some of it's not so comfortable, of changes, things of grief or some form of anger or frustration, overwhelming, and easily getting triggered by someone else when they say something, because a lot of this also comes from some of these hidden wounds that have been buried inside the heart for so long. And so what happens is that when the heart is in a blocked state, whether it is subconscious or not, subconscious most of the time being that it is blocked by these really old patterns and old grief and old pain, old emotional pain, that it just makes it very hard to really open up to someone fully. And there have been times when clients have come to me and they're in a relationship themselves, they're in a marriage, they just don't know why they cannot really open up and really love to an expanded way. It's almost like something is there. It's like this barrier and this wall that comes from an old energy that has been stuck, stagnant energy. In other words, within the DNA in the cells. And so this, and it's not that their marriage is bad or anything like that, or it's going wrong. It's just they feel this in their energy. So, and they're having a perfectly well marriage and everything is good, but they feel this energy that there's something there that just doesn't want to open up. And so what I have been finding is that because of all the heartbreaks of the many past lifetimes, and some of this is the loss of a loved one, whether that is in a romantic way or not, it could be like a parent or some other child lost in that lifetime. It could be the loss of a tribe, it could be the loss of a civilization, And all of that trauma, when, passing away in that lifetime, gets stored at a very deep cellular level of your DNA, and talking at the quantum field energy, because the quantum field energy itself expands in past lifetimes, in the present, and in the future itself. So that is a very interconnected energy of the universe itself, which many scientists are beginning to discover themselves. And this energy of the quantum field, and doing even more studies on it and finding even more evidence. But those who are the mystics have known this for eons, and for a long time they remain hidden of this knowledge, because at that time it wasn't time for many to really know the real truth of it. But now that the veil has become thinner, that has become and expanded and opened up even more, that people are awakening. And with that awakening is also their ascension of these higher vibrational energies of expansion, and they're becoming more intrigued and more fascinated by it. They're feeling it, that it resonates in their heart, that this is some form of inner knowing within themselves, within yourself, and you will feel it in your body and in your soul, in your heart, and your whole body will just be magnetized and will be drawn to it. It's like this magnetic attracted force that is pulling you towards it, and you're just so fascinated by it that you just want to know more and more. And so going back to the many heartbreaks of the past, it has caused the fractures of your heart to be disconnected. And in that disconnection of your heart is what is causing a distrust and a doubt in yourself, or having a hard time to open up, and losing faith in the things that may be happening in your world. Things don't appear to be getting any better. And so it just brings up this trauma and this triggering of something that was lingering and that happened in some eons ago in the human lifetime form of another incarnation. And certainly with the situation of the world and all the changes that we have been going through since 2020, has caused a bit of this, losing this faith and losing this trust, that, things don't seem to be so chaotic, in the world. And then on top of that, there could be other family situations too, that may be coming up. Could be a relationship that could be ending and breaking, and then causing, some of these wounds and pains to come up from the heart itself. And because, a lot of these things are not the first time that we are experiencing it. We have experienced this in other lifetimes themselves. And so a lot of this is being triggered and is being stirred and is coming up from the heart for you to be aware of, and to also acknowledge, and to be in purification and purging of it and releasing, because you no longer need to have these patterns that are associated to karmic past lives and to ancestral as well. So there is definitely a lot of movement of energy, and in stepping into 2022, this energy is even in a very higher, different frequency than it was in 2020 and 2021. So at the end of 2020, we had that super conjunction of two planets, of Jupiter and Saturn, which many were calling the Bethlehem star, right? Which was associated to thousands of years back in the birth of Ascended Master Jesus. And so with that, we had another very similar conjunction of those two planets merging. And so these planets play a huge major role in our life. And all the planets in the universe play a major role in us as well, because they themselves are living beings just like Earth is, and they each carry their own energy. And within that energy, we also carry a part of their energy, and the planets also carry a part of our energy. So you can think of the Kybalion, the law of correspondence, or the Hermetic philosophy, where it says that as above, so below, and as below, so above. So we are like a walking mini universe ourselves. We carry, a lot of the star energy in us. And within each of the different chakra points themselves is a heartbeat in itself. And so a lot of these chakras themselves, the upper and the lower, all are interconnected to your center hub of your heart chakra. And so when the heart is disconnected from itself, from these many heartbreaks, from, so many things that happen, whether it's in this lifetime or the accumulation of the many human lifetimes that you've had on this planet itself and experience everything that you can possibly experience, it forms this disconnection from your other chakras. And so they also suffer because they are missing that love of the recharging energy that comes from your own heart center. And I say sacred heart because it is very real and it exists inside of you. And it is a portal beyond any kind of love. It's a very universal divine love in itself, and it's very much into the quantum field of this interconnection. And so we have lost that knowledge through time of our own separation, of the thickening of the veil itself. And it was always a common knowledge that it was known of how pure, how beautiful this of your own holiness, of your own sacred heart is. But the good news is it has returned, and it is here, and it is to stay permanently. And we are making really big changes by doing the work in the individual level, by the willingness that you have and the desire to want to find a way for you to make it through these ascension times. And so that is where this message is coming in about the faith, trust, and surrendering. So let us now look at faith. Faith is a form of trust, but it is a complete trust. It is, this energy of knowingness in a way. And so you are placing yourself in this, knowingness. But it is the faith, it is a confidence in this higher form of energy, of this divinity, of this higher divinity, which you can call God. And so the thing that you need to know is that God is within you. God is within your own heart. And when you put this faith within your own heart, of your own sacred heart, of your own, however you may want to describe this higher form of energy, of this higher divinity, is you're putting this complete trust into this of your own higher self, really. Because you carry this energy of God or Goddess energy within you. And so with trust, right? Trust is about confidence, really. You have this confidence and this assurance, actually, that everything is going to work out. So by having this faith of this complete trust, and you also opening up this door into this trust of this confidence, of this knowingness. Because you know what? Everything always works out. And there's always a solution to everything. No matter what. And you always have a choice on something. And I know that you can pull through whatever situation you're going through. And so don't lose this faith and this trust. And know that you have so much more support than you can ever imagine during these times of changes. Because our guides, your guides, are with us every step of the way. And so they wanted to relay this message to you, to know that you are loved and that so much protection is being ushered in for you. And so what all they're asking is that you maintain your faith and your trust in all this, in what is to come in this year of 2022, and always maintain that no matter what is going on. So faith and trust, both of them are just having this complete confidence, right? And this, no question, it goes beyond the rational mind itself, beyond any over analytical form. And really, it is stepping into this energy of surrendering. Surrendering is just having, when you surrender, then you're also allowing faith and trust to really step in to these energies. And they are all within you. So you have this power to be able to amplify it. And so this is a message that is so important for you to know right now. So I want to share 3 sacred keys, right, to help you be able to surrender so that you're able to amplify this more of the faith and the trust. And I will share that this for me was one of the biggest, challenges for me when I went through my bigger and deeper awakening after I went through my divorce. I went through so much emotional pain. I was overanalyzing and being so attached to anything and everything that I was thinking and overthinking it and overanalyzing it. And so when I started to really get into this much deeper awakening, and just so you know, the awakening goes in different layers, right? We all have different layers of awakening in our path of ascension. And what I learned from that was about this surrendering energy. Which is why it's so important that I want to share this message with you of these 3 sacred keys to know and keep with you and apply, practice. So this comes straight from my heart for you with so much love, because I only want the best for you in being able to navigate through these energies and these changes that we are going to go through. We being, including myself. So the first sacred key to keep in mind is, number 1, be present. So in order to stay present, the best way, in what really helped me the most, was going out in nature and going for walks. And if you're not able because of the weather or so forth, then there's other ways by doing it through meditation and staying, because it builds on your presence, it builds on your focus and keeping yourself in this now moment and keeping it in this presence itself. And the thing about when we lose our trust, when we lose our faith, is oftentimes because we're spending too much time in the past or in the future. In the past because something happened and I don't understand why the situation happened to me. I don't understand why he or she does not love me, why he or she rejected me. And then being stuck on this, like a broken record. And all it's doing is just bringing your energy down. So, that's the past. And then if you're looking at the future, I don't know what's going to happen. Why isn't this, happening for me right now? Why am I not making the money right now? Why don't I have my romantic relationship right now and what's going to happen with this situation in my life. Will I die? And will I be able to survive? And so putting that energy of worry. So by being present, bringing it now into the now, and practicing that. And I find that by doing walks out in nature, hanging out with the plants, hanging out with Earth itself, and connecting with her is going to help with a lot of this presence and clear some of that clutter of thoughts and energies that are in your head. And it naturally brings you back into your own heart. So bringing in and tapping into that heart energy. Because when we are stuck in the past or future, we are too much in our head. And we lose that disconnection with our own heart. It's too much noise and too much clutter in there. So it's also emptying that clutter. And the number 2 sacred key is to work or, do some affirmations, and very uplifting affirmations that are related to trust and faith. And keeping it with that presence in the now moment, which I like to phrase the I am presence energy, and invoking that energy out as well. For example, you could say, I am faith, I am trust. And you can be creative with it. I am trusting myself. And I am keeping my faith. I am maintaining my faith. And these are just some brief examples of how you can use that to really amplify that energy and really surrender into it and just be with it and feel the energy. But do it from your heart when you do that. Don't do it from your mind, but really just feel it within your own heart and your own being in all ways. So number 3, the final sacred key that I want to share, and this is very important as well for this year, because the energies of the frequency are going to increase exponentially, and it's already increased. We're already in this different energy field itself, is to maintain your grounding to earth. And the fastest way, of course, is being out in nature, by hugging a tree, by also just setting the intention and meditating with earth itself and grounding. There are many different ways of that, and I just shared some examples of how this will help you as well. So these are very important sacred keys. And there's a very important message for you that wants to come through. First, let me share some few announcements. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and share this message because it's very important. Click like so that others can also benefit from this message that is so important for everybody to hear. And also that I have a huge quantum program, energy program with the dragons that is going to be launching at the end of this month in January. And it is designed with a lot of energy with the light language to assist and really amplifying and activating your own heart. So it all starts with the heart, but the energy does its work and it goes into your whole body. So it does also activate other DNA aspects in you of your own spiritual gifts to really bring that clarity and that confidence and that trust and faith in your own spiritual gifts and abilities that are needed on this earth right now. So really stepping into your own soul purpose. And I call it heart purpose, because the heart is what drives this passion within you of your own soul purpose, and it brings in so much love. And so we are going to work a lot with the activation using light language that I channel. And so I personally invite you to join this group program, this energy program, that is 50% right now from its regular price. And it also comes with so much power, so much energy. It just cuts through so many layers of any of the old patterns that are hidden within the heart. And it saves many years of work, all within just 4 weeks. So check out my link in the description below in this YouTube channel video. So there is a very important message to share right now for you that you need to know. And that is, you are needed right now. You, the light worker, the star seed, the light warrior. You are needed on this earth to bring in your uniqueness, your spiritual abilities and gifts, to assist collectively when we all come together, to assist with really building this new earth that we are stepping into with this higher frequency. So do the work within yourself, whatever it takes to really get there, to really help, get through whatever trauma or anything that is going on in your life. And find the will, find the power, find the strength within your own heart. And you can do this. So this is a message of encouragement with so much love. And so I hope that this video, this message, has really resonated with your heart and really been felt in your heart. So please share your comments or any questions you may have below. And just so you know, I will be placing more messages similar to this of encouragement in future YouTube videos. And I will also be sharing a light language transmission through one of them. This weekend, actually, I'm working on one that I will be posting very soon. So make sure that you have the alert, the bell set up so that you know when there is a video. And I do Facebook Live in my own Facebook groups every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, with a different love wisdom message live in the moment. And then I post it into my YouTube channel the next day. But aside from that, I will be posting other videos as well of love wisdom messages channel through my Sacred Heart and all the Sacred Hearts collectively. So I will be connecting with you in the next love wisdom message. I will see you next time, sending you so much love and care.